Hey y'all! So today is super exciting because I'm not talking about anything I actually had planned to talk about. We're going to talk about something that really just came in my head today and I really felt called to share it with you guys. And that topic is joy. Finding your joy, finding your passion, what makes you happy, what makes you joyous, because that's really what we're going to do in life to be able to be positive and be successful, is to find that joy in our lives. For me, it's working with kids. This whole past couple weeks that I've been out of school, I have been babysitting. I took a leap of faith. I decided not to work this summer and really just depend on the families that I babysit in the area to employ me for their specific needs. And honestly, so far, it's been amazing. I've loved working with the kids. I love seeing them grow. I love loving on them. And they are what bring me joy. And that's why I wanted to be able to share this with you guys. So when you have to find your joy, it may be so hard because we don't really know where to look sometimes. But we have to find something that we love. We have to be able to open our heart and find something that we truly love to be able to find joy. And for some people, it takes a while. I don't think I learned truly that my joy was in children until I was a junior in high school. And I did that by traveling. I was traveling doing speeches about bullying, and I was in a school in Nevada, and I just decided to really open my heart to those kids. I told them a really personal story, but I used it to explain why bullying's wrong and how to make a better culture in the school. And afterwards, these two little girls came up to me, and they just said thank you and gave me the biggest hug ever. And I realized then that's when I wanted to be a teacher, and I just love kids, and I love making a difference in their lives. So I want you guys to be able to do the same. And sometimes that means you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you've read my bio, you understand that I've now done pageants for a few years now. And it was not something that I had planned to do. It was not something that I necessarily thought I would like to do, but I tried it because, I was the girl that walked around like this all the time and I slumped. I never wore heels. And when I tried pageants, I realized I loved it, and it helped me lead to other things to be able to work with children, which was my passion. And I just think that it's made my life so much more enjoyable. And so I want to express to you guys the importance of being able to find what you love, because it is going to make the world of difference in your life too. So here's a couple of steps or tricks that you can use to be able to try and find your passion. And that first one is to listen to your heart. As cliche as that is, the people around you, even sometimes your parents, may push you to do something you necessarily don't want to do, like a sport or a hobby. But if you have to try a couple different things to really figure out what you like, that's okay. Now, if you are trying swimming and it's like 1 week in, then I wouldn't quit right away. I would try to stick it out. Sometimes they take a year or so to really get the hang of it. And it may take you that long. But always make sure that you're listening to what your heart says, and to make sure that you are really enjoying what you're doing and you're not forcing yourself to do it. Trick number 2 is to try something different, because you never know what you're going to find out there. You may really love knitting. You may really love volunteering. You just don't know until you try. And I think it's so hard for us to be able to step out of that comfort zone if it's not what our friend's doing or what our family does. But hey, it may just take saying, hey Mom, I really want to go to the park and try to pick up some of the trash around the park. And you may find out that's what you love to do. And that's why it's so important to go out there and just try it, because you'll never know until you try. And the last tip that I have is to be yourself. Again, cliche, but until you express who you are as a person, you'll never know what you can be. I never knew that I would find such excitement in being a teacher, and that it could lead to so many other great things, because I've now decided to pursue a degree in educational policy as my master's, and that could lead me to bigger and better things in government and being able to write laws for children that I just love so much. So I want you guys to find that same excitement and same joy. And as a final conclusion, I want to talk about what the Bible says about joy. And it's really quick and short. In 1 Thessalonians 5:16, it says, rejoice always. That's it. Rejoice always. Pretty easy to memorize. And I want that to be stuck in your head so that way you can remember to always find joy. And that joy may be coming from something that you have to do all the time to feel joyous, but you can always find ways to incorporate it into your everyday life. For me, I get to keep up with the kids that I babysit with their parents through texting, or I get to see pictures of them on social media. And so that just reminds me of how to be joyous all the time. So I hope you guys can do the same thing. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.